Get in. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get. What was that backline? What was that backline that we started with a team with so many center backs? How do we start a game with a only center back in the starting 11? We only have one center back in the starting 11. Yes, this guy Liam Messina, if I didn't know better, I would have thought he was trying to sabotage us. Because this wasn't on the players. Make no mistake, this was not on the players. I weren't playing with a lot of energy, especially once we scored that penalty. It was as if all the energy was out of us. Napoli just kept on coming onto us and onto us and onto us. I knew it was about time that they got the equalizer and score, which did happen. But let's get into that back line. Again, we have how many center backs do we have? We have Trevor Chalobah, right? We have Uriel Hato. We have Badia Shile. We have Josh, who could also play as a center back, right? But for some reason, Liam Messina decides to go with Cucurella, Wesley Fofana, Reece James, and Gusto. So Reece James and Wesley Fofana as this two CBs. And then Cucurella on the left and Gusto on the right. Why would that be a good idea when we're playing against a team such as Napoli that has players like Lukaku and Rasmus Højlund? I'm not saying Rasmus Højlund is a world beater or is Lukaku, but we know how they play. Lukaku is a more of a hold-up guy where he wants to pin those two center backs and then lay the ball off, connect to his teammates, and maybe make a run in behind. So if we know that's how they play, why are we playing players that are normally outside backs in the center back position when we need our tall, strong center backs marshaling these strikers? And I get it. Lukaku didn't start, but as a coach, I would assumed you read the scouting report ahead of the game. You know what Napoli plays like, so you're gonna prepare for that. But today in that first half, I would say we were not prepared at all, and it wasn't okay. Yeah, the team didn't play particularly well, but our setup was not good at all. The setup that Rosinia came out with in that first half was not good at all. It made it so that Goose will be out wide, right? In the spaces that Esteval is supposed to be receiving the ball. Esteval didn't have the best game today, and I don't even blame him because where he was picking up the ball, he was picking it up in the inside channels. I want Esteval on outside the touchline, getting the ball and beating this man 1v1. But instead, it was Gusto that was on the wide side, right? Forget about that left side. If you think the right side had nothing going on, forget about that left side because there was nothing going on out there. Absolutely nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. We get a free kick in that first half. Reece James takes it, hits the player's hand on the wall, and it's a penalty. I think there's no doubt about that. The ball is moving towards the goal. You put your hands down, it hits your hands. Therefore, it's a goal. You stop the goal scoring opportunity with your hands. It's a penalty. Cool. As Fernandez steps up, buries it. Good PK. Goalie went the right way, but it was a good PK. So he couldn't catch it. But right after we scored, the flip switched. Napoli was onto us. I don't even think necessarily in that first half we played particularly well, but like once we scored though, it was quite obvious. There was no control. We had zero control. We just getting played out the park. We were getting exposed left, right, center. Cucurella, I'm not gonna lie, you got cooked a couple of times. Now let's talk about that first goal, right? That first goal was actually very frustrating. That first goal was actually very frustrating because it was as though the player just kind of wiggled his way through. Caicedo doesn't get the challenge in, and Fofana gets twirled around. He gets twirled around, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm being harsh on Sanchez here, although he had a great game because he kept us in. There's a many chances that Napoli could have scored, but that first goal, I feel like he could have done so much better. Because when I watched that replay, it was close to him. Maybe he couldn't get down in time, but that shot didn't look like it was hit with particular amount of pace. It didn't look that much powerful. But hey, I digress. We scored. We can see that goal, and heads drop even further down. It's 1-1. So I'm like, okay, it's not all bad. 1-1. We'll still end this. If we if we go into the second half with at least 1-1, regroup, come back, make some changes, bring on an actual center back, allow our wing what's the name? Allow our outside backs to actually play outside back. Allow our outside midfielders to actually take the width and take on their players. Maybe we could still win this game. Right before the half ends, who else but Rasmus Højlund? They playing a ball into the box. He beats his man. Boom, fires it into go. Don't blame Sanchez. There's nothing he could do about it. But I think that game, maybe what Rafinha was trying to teach or was trying to come across for that game, they hadn't had enough practice on the practice field to execute that in a live game. So they need to go back to the drawing board. But I don't want to see that lineup again. Because in the second half, when we brought on, actually, we didn't bring on a center back immediately. The change that we made was bringing in Cole Palmer, and then we took off Pedro Neto, which I'm glad we're taking him off because if you're not playing anything, bro, you got to come off. You got to come off. So kudos to Rafinha for making that change. 55th minute, he realizes, yeah, this is not working. This having all our outside backs play the back line is it's not going to work. So let's bring in an actual center back. And we ended up bringing in Trevor Chalobah, and also we ended up bringing in Alejandro Garnacho, who subbed off Gusto. So we had Reece James go out to the right back position, and then Trevor Chalobah drops in center back. Surprisingly, though, Alejandro Garnacho did not play on the left side. He was playing more in the inside channel, almost as a second striker with João Pedro, which I kind of liked. Not gonna lie, I kind of liked it because it opened up space for us. But once Trevor Chalobah came in, it made a huge difference because now we had control. We had somebody who was actually comfortable in that position. Wanted to go long to players. We had a strong center back who doesn't mind holding what's the name, getting physical with their Højlund, right? It made the game so much difference because now we had space. We could play Reece James outside, out wide. He could drive it. He could lay it onto Palmer. Palmer was actually on the right side, lay it onto Palmer. So we started seeing a couple runner plays take place, right? Now I have to give credit where credit is due. João Pedro. João Jogo Bonito Pedro. I wasn't familiar with your game. I was not familiar with your game at all. Banger with the left? What foot is this guy? Is he a lefty? Is he a righty? I don't know. Because his past 2-3 goals came from the left. He's been banging in goals with the right also. But what a worldie. What a worldie. It was a little passage of play between Esteval, Cole Palmer, and him. Esteval plays him in. He fakes his shot. It comes back onto his left foot. He kind of delays it a bit. I'm like, smack it. And boy, did he smack it. What a finish. It reminded me of his Palmeiras goal in the Club World Cup. What a finish. And that is that front three right there, that fluid front three of Cole Palmer, João Pedro, and Esteval. I'm gonna want to see more of that. Because they're such a threat. I feel like they understand. All those three guys have the common ball knowledge to know, hey, if I play this ball, play it back to me. Not if I play this ball, I'm gonna put my head down and run for days like I don't know what's going on. We keep on creating chances on chances on chances. Then again, it happens. This time, Cole Palmer plays in João Pedro, and he's taking the defense with him. Now it's I believe it was 2v2 because Alejandro Garnacho was with him. And I'm not gonna lie, if he had missed that, I wouldn't be mad at him. I'd be mad at Garnacho. Because instead of Garnacho running out wide and taking a defender with him, he was coming inside, bringing the defender towards the space that João Pedro is gonna take. But luckily, João Pedro is just Brazilian. It's in the flesh. Jogo Bonito is in him. is really in him like that. He says, I don't need the space. Brings it onto his left foot again, fires into the near post. Que golazo, 3-2. Today, Liam Messina, you got lucky. You got lucky in the sense of if it was a better team, I think we get put out. We get packed up in that first half. We get packed up easily, done. But Napoli couldn't do it. They couldn't handle it. And quick thinking, right? I'll give you props where props is due. Because if it was Enzo Maresca, he would have just died on that hill. But Liam Senior realized that, okay, this isn't going to work out. So let me make some changes. And let me make them early too before it's too late. He made them early. We're able to rescue a win. Now, I believe we're sitting on sixth place. We avoid playoffs. We skip. We're not going to be having those extra games. We get some rest. Now, all we have to look forward to is Burnley and then the second leg of the Carabao Cup. Good performance by the boys. That's the second game now that where we've put up 3 goals, right? So very happy. Wish we could have come out with a clean sheet, but we couldn't do it. But overall, happy. We on to the next round, round of 16. Let's see who we get, and slowly but surely, let's bring a trophy home. Up to Chelsea. Peace.